Says I am live. I hope that's true. I just recorded a 14-minute and 35-second live stream that I thought had audio. And when I went back to play it, I saw this. And I was like, that's not good. So I hope this has audio. I can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. My name's Elia, and I'm doing something new today. I'm modeling some curiosity and experimentation and failure, which I just did in publishing a video that has no audio, in which I was just talking. So it's great to model experimentation and trying and failing and bowing nonetheless and celebrating the effort. So that's what I'm doing. What I want to talk about today is dance and its role in healing. And the quote that I want to start with is a quote that I'm using from myself, which is, if your healing journey doesn't include dance, it is incomplete. If your healing journey doesn't include dance, it is incomplete. I'm borrowing and reforming, stealing and recreating a quote from the Buddhist teacher Jack Kornfield, who did a lot of beautiful work to bring Buddhism from the East to the West and make it accessible for our language and frame of mind. And his quote that I've used for a long time and I love dearly is, if your compassion doesn't include yourself, it is incomplete. And that's beautiful. I think about that often. I was thinking about that yesterday. So my version is, if your dance doesn't include, that's not it. If your healing journey doesn't include dance, it is incomplete. So I want to break that down in a few ways. The first one is, what is dance? And this is something I have struggled with in defining in the language around dance when it comes to communicating my work as a teacher, as an educator, as a performer, as a choreographer, as a entrepreneur and business owner. And then recently, earlier this week, I was sitting down in a strategy session and a vision session for, how do I want to focus my work going forward? How do I want to communicate what it is that I love so dearly? And I was re-centering and pivoting back to dance. And dance, that word for me, is rhythm. That word is expression. That word is integration, regulation. All those words can be substituted for dance. So dance, in my context, is not a kind of style. It's not a genre. It's not steps you learn or don't learn. It's not something, how you move, that's good or bad. Dance is a feeling. Dance is an expression of authenticity and a celebration of you. Dance to me is spontaneous energy, spontaneous expression that comes from nowhere, goes to nowhere, and passes through truth. Everyone has that capacity. Everyone has that accessibility to the way I define dance. And it's not about the size of the movement or the virtuosity. You can take a moment here and just dance with your index finger. The middle finger and the thumb want to join too. You can dance with the wrist. It's movement that is undomesticated. It's movement that can be reconditioned, repatterned. Dance has so much potential in it because it is pure energy and expression. Dance has so much power in it. It has so much revolution in dance because it's scary. A body that is free that cannot be controlled, domesticated, pattern, conditioned, is really scary and threatening to authority. So, how to take up your own authority? It's another way I define dance. So, again, coming back to the frame, to the quote that I wanted to share today, if your healing journey doesn't include dance, if it doesn't include this access to expression, authenticity, the celebration of life, movement that goes underneath the patterning, the nonverbal expression of you, if it doesn't include that, then the healing journey is incomplete. Now, the healing journey is never complete, so I don't believe that. It's a little poetic way to say that if our goal, and if your goal is to create a nervous system that's more regulated, to be able to balance your emotions, express your emotions, to unearth the resource of trauma and transform it and use that resource of stored survival stress that got stuck. If your goal is to use it and integrate it for a more potent and expressive life, then dance has to be part of that. And dance is the destination for me, and it's also the path to the destination. The road to dance is dance. It's not if I do Pilates and gyrokinesis and CrossFit and go for a walk and swim, and, which are all these are awesome things, then I will be free in my dance. No, the only way to be free in your dance is to practice being free in your dance. I know that dance is scary. It's scary for me, which is why I do it. It's a way to build a relationship to my fear, a relationship to the anxiety and insecurity of being seen and being judged, being evaluated. But the key is, can I not do that to myself? Can I be compassionate to myself as I am expressing who I am? So yeah, I understand dance is scary, which is why for a long time I've held back on using that word sometimes in my work. I know for some people it's an anti-buzzword. It's what people least want to do. There was some poll that asked people what was their biggest fear. And I think in one of these polls, the number one thing was public speaking. And the only reason that was number one is because public dancing was not offered. I think if that was, that would have won. So I understand because I relate to it. I can empathize. I'm in solidarity with that feeling of when you move, you are exposed. Your spirit is naked. All of your patterns and conditioning are there to be seen. And so the courage it takes to still do it anyway, to dance and allow yourself to be silly, allow yourself to not know who you are. There's such power in that. To not hold on to an identity of this is who I am, this is how I move, this is how I do my things. When you practice dance, this undomesticated, spontaneous expression, this rhythm of life, when you do that, you are molting. You are letting go of old yous, old skin, old patterning. And you demand in a very beautiful way other people to also recognize and see that you are many yous. You are many yous. And when you dance, that's crystal clear. And it's scary. And every day, it might be scary. But as my friend tells his little kid, if something scares you a lot, maybe wait, maybe don't do it. If it scares you a little bit, maybe do it. So what's the version of dance that just maybe scares you a little bit? Maybe that's dancing in your living room or in the shower or just with your hand or just with your neck, whatever. Little by little, you grow capacity so that you can express yourself more, maybe in more circumstances, maybe in more contexts, maybe around more or different kinds of people, in which you can still maintain that authenticity of self, that expression, because it is healing. Doing it is healing, and it will take you more towards that destination of healing, integrated, regulated. Again, these are words. I'll pause there. I invite you to go back over if there's something I said you wanted to catch again. Please share your comments or perspectives. This is a new thing I'm practicing on this channel. Sharing thoughts, sharing my perspective, because dance has saved my life. It is the centerpiece of my life, because dance is the way that I want to walk down the street. It's the way I want to chop vegetables. It's the way I want to consume an espresso, with that attention to everything at the same time, and that celebration of life. Dance is an affirmation and celebration of life, and that is something that we can do, and I invite us to do every day. On that note, let's take the last 20 seconds, if you haven't already, and just invite yourself into a little movement, to a movement that you say yes to a movement that feels like it honors this moment. It's a movement that affirms your existence right here, right now. And smiling into that. If you feel a little silly, smile into that. If you feel resistance, smile into that. If you feel judgment, smile into that. And then shake it loose. Have a lovely day. And I'll be back on here sharing more stuff. Subscribe. Oh, and yeah. If you want to learn more and engage more, actual practices of how you do these things I'm saying, I have programs. I work one-on-one. I have drop-in classes, all online. I also do stuff in person, but in this context, check out my website. It's on my YouTube channel, www.eliamarak.com. I have a program coming up this fall that is really dedicated to helping people do just the things I was saying. So check it out, and I'll see y'all later.